And then if you have any questions for me, help you get started, help you get on the product, just let us know. I'm going to bring up Jill. She's the one that really makes everything happen in our household. You know, I'm the one that lights the fire. She's the one that keeps the fire burning.
Oh,
okay?
Thanks, honey. Gabe, that was amazing. Just keep drinking Axio.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Axio. I mean, wasn't that incredible?
Yes.
Now, what I want you to take away from
Hand
this
the two of you.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3, and then. Okay, go ahead.
Did you get a video too?
I'm getting it now.
Stop. All right. So, the conviction, what I want you to take away is the conviction and the posturing.
Get me off the
All right?
system so she
You're
can.
off.
Oh,
Hang on.
okay, cool.
Marisa, I want to thank you for opening your home today and taking a leadership position. And I got so much training, I'm actually like freaking out right now. No, just thank you so much. And actually, okay, I drink too much Axio actually. 10 things
I'm on
coming
Axio
up.
X, so
I
there.
know. No, just thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is amazing. The community, the connection, the breaking bread together changes everything. Gabe, again, great job. His conviction, what I want you to take away from again is the conviction and posturing, all right? Because 17 years ago, I want to share that he literally, we were the only ones in the state of Florida with LifeVantage. This was really a West Coast deal. And I don't know if you share, but it was like a divine thing that a stranger came up to us and shared this. We had nobody. We had no upline. I've never even met my sponsor. And so he literally would sit on a couch, and we had these big, beautiful brochures in the beginning. It was this big, beautiful marketing piece. And he literally sat on there with his glasses on and read the brochure. And he had key points circled. But he took ownership. He took the leadership position to stand in front of the room. And that's the only way we grew. Think about it. We were all alone, but we didn't make excuses. Oh, my upline from California didn't fly in. We did the do. Because of what your leadership has done, you need to be like kissing them and hugging them. And you may not recognize what they've actually done over the last 7 days for each and every one of you in this room to lift you up. It's something called the event cycle, and they've done this classic. They've done this. It's so professional what they've done, and I don't think we talk about the event cycle enough. For you brand new folks, when we start off, when you got invited, what happened? Tell me the experience. Did someone go, hey, listen, can you come this Wednesday to an in-home meeting? Is that how they approached you?
Yeah, I was looking for additional ways to bring in money, so I'm seeing mom with 2 kids.
Wow.
So.
And what did they say to you?
I have an amazing opportunity, and I really want you to go and experience this, see what it is, and
did they share a tool or anything with you? Did they share a video or anything, or just said show up?
she said that she has a friend who has been so successful, and it's just really driven her, and I really believe in the Carrie that knows the Carrie.
So there was a lot of respect.
Yes.
A lot of confidence in this person. Mm-hmm. So there was credibility and respect.
Yeah.
And that's what drove you here.
Yeah.
Dang, the other Carrie did it right. Good job. That's impressive.
Classic scenario. And sometimes they'll share a tool, like a video or that income claim statement. Okay? So what you just heard was an invite. You heard an invite last night as well, right? A couple of mine. Mm-hmm. There are some of you are brand new in the room though. So this is the tool. So the tool she used was she edified someone you respected, or you respected the person that shared the information. And it was just enough for you to show up today. You didn't know what to expect. So that's the beginning of the event cycle. All right. And she used third party. She said, there's some amazing people are going to be there. This is key, you guys. So I need you to lock in. I need you to lock in like you're going to teach this next week. All right? If you're taking notes, you need to listen like you're teaching next week. Don't passive listen. Like I'm going to go, okay, can you teach this next week? Right? You know, all our consultants. So third party. Then we're sharing the opportunity, right? That was Gabe. This is this in-home meeting. This is the event cycle. Do you see how I take you small to bigger, to bigger, to bigger? All right? Because we can't fire hose you. We have to drip. We're just dripping information on you. All right? If I took you straight to a convention, I mean, you could handle it, but it'd be a lot. You'd be like, oh, these people, it's like a love fest. This is So, and then we did a monthly. Last night was the monthly. Now, why I said your leaders are exceptional. We're in Jacksonville, Florida, and I think it was Marissa. I just got goosebumps. Oh, you guys just moved me. So anyway, they call me and they go, Jill, can you do a Zoom meeting with us on how to get butts and seats to begin to share the vision, right? This event cycle before we show up in Arizona. Absolutely. Gabe did a magnificent job sharing how to share this information, just like your friend did, right? Maybe because of that phone call, you showed up, maybe. I don't know. I don't know the cycle. But it was enough to go, hey, listen, are you open? I heard you say that you needed some additional income. I'm a single mom. This is a powerful vehicle. There's amazing humans there around down the street 20 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. And so it was enough for you to come in. So we did the event cycle. We did a meeting before the meeting. We began to drip information and build vision. Everybody show up on Tuesday night, right? That's a little bigger meeting. That was a really nice, what we call a regional meeting. We had corporate fly-in. We came in from Jacksonville. So that's kind of like a monthly deal, right? Quarterly, we just had one in Las Vegas. And it's a bigger thing. But what your leaders did, the Zoom meeting, they did the last night meeting, and then they had connection, right? Family here, breaking bread, having some additional guests come in. Gabe drank his Axio, had this amazing, amazing presentation. I mean, but what I wanted you to bring up, okay, so do you guys have event cycle? Can you teach event cycle?
Yes.
And I don't think we talk about it enough. And this is what these guys are masters at. Your leadership, listen to your leadership, and they're already building, they're going, we're having an LVA in May.
May 16th, 9 to 1.
Do you
Location,
realize the
this house or
commitment, and
somewhere?
they're thinking, how can we move this and get momentum and get the word out, get the megaphones out, right? And so if you're in a leadership position, or when you go to EC1, right? When you go to EC1, this is how you need to be thinking. How can I move them? Move them. In that, see, I'm going to go off on a tangent. Promotion. Do you realize that these people became, do you guys know Don King? Remember that when I was a little kid? Don King of promotion, right? He was like a master. And that's how we got to master to the top of the company. And that's what your leadership in Arizona is doing. They're doing a masterful job in promotion or edification of event to event. So this is how we move to the top of the company, and I'm speaking to each and every, you're gonna be able to teach us tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay, so when we, this is what we did, exactly what these guys are doing. Oh my gosh, whatever you're doing, you gotta show up Thursday night. We're gonna be sharing an ABC primetime. We have someone from California flying in, you have to be there. Oh, Dr. Joe McCord's coming in town. We're gonna have signs, McCord event. Dr. Joe McCord, we filled the UNF stadium. Not stadium, but like a theater, right?
Theater.
Yeah. Event to event to event, build vision, momentum. You guys
Can I
have
say something real quick?
Yeah.
You know what she's talking about? The system that this company implements. What is it actually doing? It's building your business. That event cycle builds your business for you.
Yeah.
Think of it like that. Just plug in, folks. Everything else
That's a system.
is system.
And I can't, on a one-on-one coffee shop meeting, give you a convention. I can't transmute, I can't transfer that belief of something like a convention or what we just experienced last weekend. When Carrie spoke on stage about her beautiful story, about how this income has literally transformed her life and gave her the necessary income to transform her son's life, right? Son's life, tragedy, right? Her mountain, how she got through that mountain with this income. Powerful, powerful. And we can't transfer that on a one-on-one coffee shop meeting. So thus this, okay? So it goes both ends. I wanted to point out some things Gabe went over real quick. So powerful, Gabe, thank you. He spoke in vision, and I went over this last night. Professionals, all of us are, we're here today to learn how to be professionals in network marketing, all right? Professionals. I'm a professional network marketer. And so he spoke in vision, and these are some of the key words. You're gonna be able to teach this, right, next week? Be excited about what's about to happen. We're pioneers. First to be activated. It's going to happen with or without you guys, right? How can you take advantage of this business? No assets, right? Pioneering activation. This is it. We're doing it with or without you. So those are just the key words. And instead of getting, how many of you guys talking superoxide dismutase, green tea, ashwagandha? I'm going to cure your disease state. Okay, stop it. Literally stop it. I had enough Axio, I can say that. All right. I want to teach you, because we go all over the map, right? I want to teach you that this business is so simple. But when I got started, I wasn't a Gabe. Remember when I told you last night, I was like, I had 2 small kids, so I was coming out of that, like 6 and 9, all the moving parts of the small business, no income, negative red. I can see my bank account in the negative red. Things like that. Still so many blessings, but having my own personal mountain. And so when we got started, I just didn't get it. And that's when I shared with you last night, we do 2 things. My mentor said, is African American, right? 3-piece suit, Rhodes Scholar, beautiful man.
Our mentors.
Yeah, brilliant. He said, Jill, we do 2 things. We get customers and we get customer getters, right? But I was like, okay, but how do we do that, right? How do we do that? So he comes in, and remember the event cycle, right? You guys can teach about the event cycle. We had we would have monthly trainings. So he came in, he flew in from Wilmington, is it South Carolina or North Carolina? Wilmington. North.
North Carolina.
And he flew in to help us, right? So he comes in and he hands out this handout and everything, and he has this baseball diamond. I was like, huh. And I was like, huh. And he begins to teach. And I just love this. So I'm sharing what made me go, aha, I got it. I got what we do. And I don't come from a sales background. I'm a video producer, right? And I don't like sales, right? And I don't think this is sales. I think this is about changing people's lives. And I'm just sharing information. I'm sharing a story like a movie, right? And so, but that took some time, okay? So I have a slide with all of these. Okay, you can take pics and I can share the slideshow with you as well. Okay, so these are, there's a couple more I want to touch on, but these are the basics of network marketing. This is all we have to know how to do. Okay, so first you're going to hear it today from me, but then what you're going to do, you're going to be able to, you learn it, you do it, teach, do it, what is it?
Learn, teach, do.
Learn,
Learn,
do,
teach.
Yeah, I have a slide for that, hold on. So we want to understand, do, and teach. So, right, you're going to be able to teach us next week. One of my mentors, he teaches it like this, which was really beneficial for me. Phase 1 is learning, inviting and enrolling. All right, inviting and enrolling. Doing is teaching and presenting. And then teaching, you're mentoring and training others. That's kind of what I'm doing right now, right? All right. Now, some of you may heard the term ITT, right? Invite, tool, team. Now, you got invited. You weren't given a tool. Sometimes we share the ABC prime time or just, an income disclosure or some video, right? But invite.
So invite tool team.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got it backwards. So anyway, so You understand right there?
Yeah.
But this is only a piece of the eight skills we need to know. Whole story, okay? This is all of them. Databasing, invite, take a picture, follow-up, presentation, overcoming concerns and objections. I don't like the word close. It used to scare me. They're like, we need to close them up. And I'm like, wow.
Notes in your active listening.
Moving prospects to a decision. You guys make a choice. We've shared all the information. You make the choice. We're doing this with or without you, right? Getting started, helping someone get started. So you're basically just going in a big circle and you're teaching them the database, the invite, the follow-up, presentation, overcoming concerns, objections, and moving them to a decision. What else do you need to hear? These are things that are super important. I mentioned promotion because it was appropriate, so I taught you about promotion a little bit. Okay? Promotion is key. Now you can't go, hey, you need to show up Tuesday night. All right? That's not going to get them there. And that's where we talked about the why last night. That's why you got to have it in here. You got to have it in the heart. Edification, I'm going to try to go over that if we have time, and storytelling. If you notice, I share a lot of stories. It's very thoughtful. I'm not saying this is bad, but it's not stories. Each and every one of you have your story. Each one of you has been through the same experiences, many of the same experiences as me, right? You just have to draw those experiences out and thread them in. But today we're going to talk about exposures and numbers and momentum, okay? This is how Gabe got to halfway up the compensation plan in 30 days. Numbers. He didn't get attached to the outcome. We share the information, move on. All right? How many of you guys go, oh my gosh, my best friend, she's gonna get started someday, and you just drone on. Oh my gosh, I'm like, all right, so then we're gonna go back to the baseball diamond. So he drew this out. He had it like on a little a piece of paper. And then what we did is we took those principles, right? Our foundational skills. I like to call them skills because I really want you to get really good at them. Knowing them, doing them, and teaching them. Okay? Teaching them takes you to a whole new level in terms of this, the heart. And here, changes who you are. And Dale Carnegie taught me that. You get up in front of the room, you're a different human. Oh, Jill, I don't want to get up in front of the room. It's because you don't know where you're going. You want to impact lives. I'm here. I'm here for you. I've flown from Florida to change your life. Gabe and I both, okay? Mm-hmm. So this is what got me. I added the dugout. Now my mentor didn't have the dugout. he gave me some kudos for that. I like that, Jill.
You've upgraded.
I upgraded. Yeah. So we got the dugout, and so I put. I didn't know what a database was. That could be a kind of a network marketing term, but a names list. What else do we call it in sales? Funnel. What other things do you guys have?
Garden.
A garden?
Ooh, I like that.
Wow.
I never heard that.
Wow. Okay, you can put garden on your slide. I like that. So we want to fill the garden up. We want to change lives. Whose life are we going to change? I used to remember waking up. Okay, first I woke up and go, okay, how am I going to save the company, right? Whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to save the company. This thing is amazing. Then I started waking up and go, whose life am I going to change today, right? That was my heart. And that didn't depend on events. This stays solid. When you get it in here, you don't have to go, oh, I need to go to an event. I have no motivation. Because you don't have it in here. So database. Sometimes I say 20 names, depending on who I'm working with. If you want to go to those EC ranks, we want 200 names. And that may scare you. You guys know 200 people. Okay, just throw down on the list. Gabe, you want to add on how you separate all that out?
Yeah,
I love how Gabe does this.
And I was taught this. There's 3 different types of people. People that you look up to, people that are peers of yours, and people that look up to you. And what I was told day one is you want to recruit people that you look up to, people that are better than you, people that are more successful than you, people that have higher circles of influence, higher credibility. And what that did for our business 17 years later that was the foundation of our business. And because those people are so successful and leaders bring in leaders, and they, from a residual standpoint, none of those people have gotten off the products. And it kept our business rock solid up to today. Right. So you always recruit up. And then here's the biggest objection I got from people. Well, Gabe, we didn't deal with CEOs like you. I'm not around millionaires all the time. I go, well, how much money do you make? I make $50,000 a year. Okay, then talk to somebody who makes $60,000 a year. Shut up. Because those $60,000 a year know somebody who makes 70. And guess what happens 2 years from now? You're moving up slowly but surely, and now you've got more. You've got successful people in your business all over the place, and you don't even know who they are. Just be consistent.
Okay,
and that's it.
And the second piece is, I wish I had done this more consistently. And this is a skill to actively add to your database every day. Go, okay, I'm going to meet one new person today. And my mentor who made millions in network marketing, he put them on index cards and then put them in an index card file. I know we have all this technology right now, but I put mine in the index card, and I can do a whole training later on that. But always be conscious of actively recruiting. I don't have anyone on my list. Well, let's start now, today, and start adding to that list every day. I met someone at the hair salon. I met someone here. I met someone there. He surfs. He meets people on the water, right?
The last 3 consultants that I've enrolled were in the water.
In the water. And they're amazing humans because they all want to travel the world together and surf
together.
And not show up. Okay. Now, this, how it had ITT? So this would be the I, right? But I don't like inviting. I like connection. I'm all about that connection, heart-to-heart connection. So that's why I have it there. And then what I do, I have a slide on this, but what Gabe and I have done is we've actually broken down the invite. And I didn't go through this with you last night. Let me see if I have it. Number 1, okay, and I just want you to be conscious of this. It doesn't have to be perfect. But number 1, I want you to edify them. Okay, what I find is they'll go, oh my gosh, Marisa would be the most perfect person in my business. And I'm like, why? Why would she be perfect? And I get them to think, to discern why you want them as a business partner. All right, can you give me an example? Anyone kind of thinking about someone right now?
A cardiologist that I know that I've been wanting to.
Okay, so why do you want the cardiologist in your business? Give me 3 reasons.
Because he could impact a whole lot more people than I can, and the influence that he has with the other medical profession, and because it would bring value to my whole team.
Okay, so I heard credibility, right? Influence. So he has a big circle of influence, right? And you're probably thinking, oh, he'll love the science and the product, right? Because I just know from 17 years of experience, right? He's going to get it. He's going to be the one that runs, right? right? I mean, I hear it all the time. So what we want to really discern, can he talk? Can he communicate? He has a circle of influence, so that's a check. And oh my gosh, this cardiologist, he needs this. He is so swamped, can't even come up for air. Well, how do you know he needs this? Maybe he's a trust fund baby. Why don't you talk to him? And so that's when we call it needs-based selling. Finds out their needs, wants, and desires. Like for you, I'm a single mom. I'm having to show up and punch in every day. I'm having to leave my kids. So I would actually ask you those questions. What's going on in your life right now? Tell me about your kids. And just really do a heart connection. And that's why I love that word connection. But I see this consistently. We already project that they need this, right? Well, let's find out if they truly do. And then ask if they're open. Okay, so that's the second. So edify, you're going to say 3 things. What's his name? The cardiologist? A doctor?
I have to look at the card because it's a...
Okay.
We don't know. You could have made it up.
Just kidding. We're gonna call him Dr. John, okay? Dr. John.
It's an Indian name, so
Oh, yeah,
it's hard to pronounce.
We'll say Dr. I.
There you go.
Dr. I. Okay, so Dr. I. So we go. Hey. You know, I love how you treat your patients. You know, you seem so heart-centered. You have a huge circle of influence, and you know, I can tell you're, you know, because I'm a doc too, I see you're working back to back to back. There's something I ran across, the peer-reviewed studies are jaw-dropping. Would you just be open to looking at that? So if you look at the event cycle, right? We're sharing a tool, right? So number one, we're edifying, right? That edification skill is throughout your life at LifeVantage, and I can share with you more, but we're starting with the prospect. How does it make me feel when I go, oh my gosh, Dr. I, you're so heart-centered. You are a grinder. I see how you treat your patients with such heart and love, because he's Indian, so I'm thinking. And you have a great circle of influence, right? How would he feel? He's beat up. He's seeing 15 patients a day through a system, maybe. I don't know. I'm just guessing. So are you open? So number two, you're asking for permission. So Gabe and I came out with this framework so you can kind of start to get your brain wrapped around it. Does that make sense? Edify, ask if they're open. What else?
Was compliment, edify, ask if they're open, then set the appointment.
There was one more.
There's 3.
There's 4.
I had 3.
Okay. So edify, there was one more. Anyway, so you see what I'm saying? We're not just throwing mud at the wall. It's very intentional and very thoughtful. All right? Because if you look at my examples last night, what had happened when we didn't do that? I got the crap kicked out of me, right? Mm-hmm. And I have another example on the invite. So in terms of the invite, okay, we came back from a convention. We're eating dinner with Dr. Joe McCord. We come home. Now she's my best friend, like you and Maria, right? We come home. It's like on it's a street right on the ocean, right? The guy, her next door neighbor, her husband's a wealth manager, and she got involved for community and fun and getting out of the house, becoming her own self. All right, she had income. So the neighbor is English. Okay, we're gonna call him Mr. John. Okay, Mr. John, and he comes out. We happen, you know, our hair is on fire with this science, right? You're not gonna. I shared this with Gabe. We're cracking up. I forgot about this one. So this is a little different than last night. So we come out. We're on the driveway, and here comes Mr. John, English proper, you know, and we're like, oh my gosh, you got. We just threw up, fire hosed him about the science, totally. And we
broke out the ABC.
We whipped out our phone and we started playing the ABC primetime in front of him. Yeah. And he was like, "You could," and so that obviously approach did not work. And,
you never know.
No, it was bad. He walked away and we both looked at each other. We were like, "Oh, that was bad." I mean, it was like classic bad. But I can share the story now with you, right? I mean, I've done it all wrong. I've done everything wrong, so I could have these great stories to share with you. Okay, so again, if we were to redo Mr. John, I actually made a slide of it. I would say something like, you know, because now I know, like he's, you know, proper and he's the neighbor. He makes millions, right? Hey, Mr. John, you know, we got back from convention and we're a little crazy right now. You know, we heard some incredible science, and I know how passionate you are about your health. You know, would you be open to looking at this ABC primetime? It's literally history in the making and like jaw-dropping science that I think you're going to find fascinating because you love your health so much. Or maybe one of your friends might be interested in looking at this science. You know, instead of like going, well, like throwing up about superoxide dismutase. I'm sure we went into a dissertation about Dr. Joe McCord. I'm serious. And then we showed the ABC primetime, like literally playing it. So you got that? So you'll be able to teach that story now, right? Mm-hmm. right? All right, so I'm getting you to see active. Okay, anything else on invite, Gabe? That connection. So I want you to
Just
just
remember
serve,
follow-ups and the fortunes in the follow-up.
and we'll get to that in a minute. So we got the database, right? And then we move to home plate, right? Okay, this is about numbers. I'm about to tell you in a minute. So we're hitting. So then we got the follow-up, right? Gabe's like, and the follow-up, I hated the follow-up. And I guess maybe I was just not confident and it felt weird. So I found this way to make myself feel confident that I still use today. You know, I just want to let you know, like, I'm going to share this ABC Primetime or this income disclosure. I'm going to put you on the phone with Gabe or whatever the tool is, right? Because we're not going to share it. We're not going to give the presentation like just Gabe did. Make it easy on yourself. Why are you guys making it so hard? I think we have something to prove. I really think. Yeah. I think there's some deep psychological that you have. Or we're not used to playing team. We're used to doing everything by ourselves, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so what I say, okay, you got it writing? I know everyone got video, but no one will go back and look at the video. So you go, okay, I'm gonna share this ABC Primetime investigative report with you. But after that, if you see something like I did, the next step is, and then after that, I'm going to put you on the phone with my my dearest friend and mentor, Carrie Williams. She's going to share a bigger vision. You wouldn't believe the story she had with her son. It was just like yours. And so I tell them what I'm going to do, so I don't feel all weird like, okay, on Tuesday I'm going to call you and Wednesday, and then let's set this appointment. I'm telling them ahead of time so I don't feel all weird. Now Gabe, with his personality, he will do it different. What do you do, Gabe? A little different. His posturing is different, and I have to do Jill style, right? We're all very individual, and you're gonna have to kind of figure that out.
Yeah, I get to the end point as quickly as I can. To be honest with you, I try to close them right then and there, and then why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? I just keep on saying why not. I mean,
but his personality works with that. What if I went, hey, why not? Why not? It doesn't work for me. It just doesn't work. You're like, okay, Jill has posture. But that took some time.
But understand this: these are close friends of mine now. Okay, these aren't acquaintances. These are people I've known for 20, 30 years. So that's how I can talk like that, right? They've seen my success, so that really helps. I go, okay, I'm going to come back next year, and we're going to be that much further apart. What the hell is wrong with me?
I mean, he's got story after story. Yeah. This guy is so convicted because he got a decided heart, right? Mm-hmm. He needed to feed his family. Tell him the story about Siri Hardin. I just love that.
This guy was
I would have crumbled and quit. Okay?
This guy,
but don't do that.
Yeah, this guy owned a risk management company, probably one of the most prominent people in Jacksonville. He was the president of the Economic Development Board of Jacksonville, responsible for the Jaguars. I can go on and on and on and on. Very, very lucky to even train this guy. And he would show me, I can't remember the guy's name, some trinket, vitamin, dude that I looked at the back of the bottle and I didn't say anything. So he was into his health, and he got started with LifeVantage, and I was talking to him about Protanda. And the minute that he found out that this was a network marketing company, this guy's on his truth. He took out his checkbook. He says, Gabe, I didn't realize how bad things were for you and how much money you need.
Wow. I'm telling you guys, I think I would have passed out.
God's on his truth. And talking about posturing up, and it's great because, fast forward years later, I'm a person that don't forget. Okay? And so on a Monday morning when he's driving to work and I'm on the golf course having fun or surfing, what are you doing? What do you think I'm doing? Oh, I forgot. You got to go to WORK. You got that JOB. Oh, you're being sued again. How's the cortisone hormone doing right now? And I'd hang up on him. I have that relationship. So
it's a beautiful story though.
But Jill's point is most people would have caved and threw in the towel and quit after that. That happened.
but because of that decided heart, that's how we moved up the comp plan in 30 days. Now, we did get, I don't like to use the word, Gary Dick yelled at me for saying the word stuck once, so I'm like, don't
Did
do
you
it.
ever change his mind?
No, he never came in. And he died of ALS, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
recently.
And I don't know, I'm not
Right.
connecting
Right,
the
right,
two.
Maybe
Right,
tell
right.
them real quick about like getting stuck because they're not duplication or.
Well, oh yeah, this is a powerful, I'm going off track a little bit in the numbers,
okay.
but, so Carrie Dickey was visiting and I said, oh, we're getting stuck or something. It wasn't related to that. Let me backtrack. So Gabe and I, we went to Pro 5 in 30 days, but we stayed there for 1 year. All right, and so we went to an event. Remember the event cycle where information's transferred, and I know some of you go, I can't go, I can't spend the money. We've made millions because we've gone to these events, and we learned one nugget. And Gabe, do you want to share? That's your story. You want to?
Yeah.
Gabe was like, I'm not going to go.
I have a lot of pride, right? And the company put me on the stage 40 days in the business. I spoke at the very first Elite Academy, and it was titled, what was the name of the title? Gabe was in a
2-minute drill.
2-minute drill.
2-minute drill.
So I was on stage with 400 people, very first Elite Academy in the company, on how I got to Pro 5 in my first 30 days, right? So they put me on a pedestal, basically. Now start fast forwarding every 3 months, Academy 2, Academy 3, Academy 4. Oh, where's the superstar at? Oh, he's still a Pro 5, right? I wasn't moving up. So I told Joe, I go, I'm not going to another one. I'm too embarrassed.
Now, our mentor was kind of mean. He's like, if he doesn't show up, I'm done.
I'm not helping him anymore. So I went, but thank God I went. I heard Blue Elam on stage, so I had enough nerve, afterwards to go to him and say, listen, I need help. I can't figure out a way how to get to Pro 6. So he started asking me, he goes, how many meetings? How many meetings do you do? I go, I do all of them. He goes, what?
I'm proud.
What do you mean all of them? He goes, there's your problem. What are you talking about? He goes, this business is not about you. It's about teaching people to teach people to teach people. Yes, the person in front of the room makes the most amount of money, but he said this, how many people on your team do you have in front of the room? I go, none. He goes, that's why you're not building exponentially faster. You can't do this by yourself. Think about being in a boat and you're rowing by yourself.
The picture last night.
How much distance are you going to be by yourself? Now think of the boat with a team. You see what I'm saying? So the light bulb went off. And then he goes, why don't you just do what you did for the first 30 days in the business too? So I started doing, because I stopped recruiting because I had 16 consultants and I thought my job was the support, right? No, you can't stop recruiting. So basically, once I started getting people up front, 3 months later we hit Pro 6. 4 months later we hit Pro 7. 2 months later we hit Pro 8. And then 4 months later we hit Pro 9. By leveraging my time. And and if I was not at that meeting, there's no telling where I would have been.
That next LVA she's planning in May, you have to be there, right? There's no excuse. And we all row together to get to that next rank, okay? Powerful, powerful. Okay, there's a misstep on this slide. It should say tool. We share a tool, right? Right there, and follow up. So home plate, hit it, connect, share a tool, and you follow up. So the skill is follow up. So I taught you how I would follow up. So however that makes you comfortable, the fortune's in the follow-up. And so, like I'd be afraid to follow up, right? Because that's when the rubber hits the road. That's when you're going to get that, that whatever. But typically we get the no because it's the way we approach, right? Remember the invites I gave last night? It was the way I did it. Or the English guy. It was the way I delivered it is why I got you're crazy, right? or some of this in the beginning, well, how much money are you making? Right. Because typically we'll go, you can make a lot of money. You can make a lot of money and you can come home with your kids. How much money are you making? So you're approaching wrong, and that's why you're getting back that. So start looking like, okay, Let me think about what Jill did and rewind it. Am I asking if they're open? Am I actually connecting on a heart level to find out what their needs, wants, and desires is? This isn't about you. And that was the hardest shift because we had always done everything by ourselves. We had built our company by ourselves, right? This is a new concept of teaching others, right? To be successful and mentoring. And that's why I'm saying you're going to teach us next week, right? That's why I keep saying that to you, right?
Right.
Because that's the next level. We need you in the boat rowing to get us to $1 billion. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So we're following up with a tool, all right? And then we move on, hey, it's time now, think of the event cycle, to hear the whole story, not just the product story, and that would be second base, right? Second base, hear the whole story. So you're like, well, what does that mean, Jill? Well, Gabe just shared the whole story with you, right? You could decide, I just want to be on the product. I'm not a network marketer. Great. That's a win. That's so amazing, right? Or you could join our team and earn a little bit of extra money, $500 extra, $2,000, or the big time money, right? And maybe that grows over time. Now, think about second base. If we're gonna listen, right? We're going to learn it, and then we're going to do it, right? So it depends on where you are. So eventually, we want you up in front of the room sharing, right? Does that make sense? So that presentation is a skill. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So number one, we've got the skill of databasing, and we're going to constantly add to the database every day. Number two, the invite. Be discerning and being cognizant why you want them in the business. Ask if they're open and move them to the next step. A tool, the ABC prime time, the income claim statement. But we're not going to fire hose them like we did with Mr. Ron, right? And then we're going to share the whole story. Then they're ready to hear the whole story. And they're going to go, I need more information. And I don't like the word overcoming objections. I like overcoming concerns. And that guy, that mentor with the three-piece suit, the white three-point suit, Dr. Herbert Harris, he taught me, I love this. This is me. You know, what else do you need to hear to make a decision? What else do you need to hear to make a decision? What else do you need to hear to make a decision? Well, this network marketing thing, I don't know. And then you know how to come at them. You know, just say, well, tell me more about this network. What are you feeling about network marketing? Well, my sister, she just bugged the crap out of me to show up at meetings, and she tricked me, and I just have some real issues with it. Well, tell me more about those issues. Tell me more. Do you see what I'm doing? Mm-hmm. We're constantly asking questions instead of going, oh my God, they hate network marketing and I'm done. Same thing on the invite, asking questions. Just be this amazing asking questions and asking questions. And I still kind of, I'll still jar myself and go, wait a minute. Tell me more. Why don't you like network marketing? Tell me. And it's usually they don't have a clue. They just said it, right? So they need more information. It's not like they hate you or hate what you're doing, and this is where this starts to hurt here. All right? So you've got the skills, right? Close. You know, again, what do you need to hear? This is kind of all together, this whole closing and what do you need to hear to make a decision. But these are things you got to get used to doing, right? Because then you got to teach it. I have to teach you. And so you have to do it to be able to teach it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And then we come back around, and then we have to help people get started. Everything I just taught you, right? Everything I just taught you. And I find you start to get a little nervous right about here. Oh my gosh, I got to teach them how to do databasing, right? Oh my gosh, I don't know how. Well, you active listened and you know how to teach it now, right? So, but if you don't, that's why we play team. You're not alone. Hey, Jill, can you come over? My new consultant just got started. I know sort of what to do, but I don't really know. Can we get on a Zoom and let's do it together? Let's find out why she's doing this, right? Why are we doing this? But we probably already know, because when we talked to Dr. I, we found out why. And we're moving through that the whole time. So by the time I get to the close, I already know. I know what's going down, right? And so it's not this weird, like, okay, can we get them, whip out your credit card and let's close them up and wish that they're going to do this business. We know, and they know, and then they're going to have a decided heart. Does that make sense?
20
All right.
minutes.
Oh, gosh.
20.
Okay.
Well, she's finding that slide on that note really quick, you guys. So we're all one team, right? We are one community, and everybody's working together, and everyone's really got to lean on each other, and that's why we're in the group messages, why we're in the group chats, the meetings, the team Zooms, all of that, because like I can only be in one place, like so many places, right? So many times. Same thing with Marisa, all that. So just know that like you're here to build community and meet cross lines, doesn't matter,
Beautiful.
cousins, everything. So just to be
Even
aware.
us, right?
And the same thing with like the events. That's why the events are so critical, because I'm a single mom now too, right? Like,
Yeah.
so just know, like believe me, I'm in it for all of you, but we all gotta really work together and lean on each other as well.
Okay, so the objective, what's the objective in baseball, softball?
Score.
Score.
My key.
Get home.
Home run.
Home run, score, right? And so we're moving people. So when Gabe did 20,000 in revenue 1 month, you think those bases were loaded, right? This is what I love about this baseball diamond. Those bases were so loaded, they were like backed up,
There are 4
right?
or 5 guys on each base.
We have 4 or 5 guys on this base. Okay, so we're like cranking. Okay, so how many times around do you have to follow this cycle with these basic skills, 8 skills of network marketing? That's it. You guys have to get really good at them. Okay?
Overtime, not just 9 innings, overtime.
Yeah.
And
You just gotta keep going
you're
until it's
cranking.
done.
Okay, how many times do you have to go around to get 2 consultants? I don't like the word get.
Twice.
20, 10?
I think 10.
10.
10. If you do the invite correctly, it's 2 or you'll get 2 or 3 in 10.
But we're sharing the whole story, so out of that you might get a couple customers, 4 customers.
That's a win, by the way.
Win, win, win. All right? So, are you with me? So when he showed this, I was like, oh, I get it. I get it, right? Basic skills. Now, foundational skills. I don't like to say, because then you teach this. This is it. Don't overcomplicate this. And Gabe's got some stuff to go over.
You
So
guys
what
ask-
do you,
oh,
sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I'd like to take the last 15 minutes
What-
for questions.
What is your approach when, because I have someone that's been following me and wants to do it, and then he just said, oh, is this MLM?
Yeah,
Oh,
love it.
And that's my approach, but how do you, I mean,
I said, absolutely. And then you wait. It'll be like, because you're like waiting, right? You're waiting to be ahead. And you go, and he's like, oh, well, tell me, why, I'm feeling something from you, right? You know,
Right.
be real. Oh, my sister, this,
Yeah,
and you
whatever.
find out, and just say, okay, this is it. I felt found. I know how you feel. I felt the same way, but this has been a game changer. This has been, or is a game changer. So whatever your story is, because you may have had the same baggage, but you got over it somehow, so share that. I just share the story, right? But you gotta ask. You gotta ask. I wanted to do this real quick before Gabe comes up. Are we,
Let's just I think it would be more beneficial to ask questions. We got 15 minutes.
gosh, I have so much. I have like 5 hours.
I mean, we can do is I've got something I want to cover with you guys, but I don't want to start it and not finish it.
Yeah.
I'd rather just do a Zoom.
If you don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I-
could
I
just,
got
I'll get
it.
with
He's
Terry and we
really
can do
good.
a Zoom on it because
Great.
it's really going to
And
help
I've
you
even
build your
rushed what
business.
I've done. But, I'm not Gabe, you guys. I've had to do a lot of growth and development. And, I couldn't speak up. And Mark Chisato was up in front of the room in the beginning. He always taught this, you guys. He's a master at network marketing. He makes millions. And I really look up to him. And he would put this up on the screen. And he would put programming, thoughts, feelings, activity, equal results. And I'd be like, so? I'd be sitting in the audience like you, not even active listening. And then one day I woke up The student was ready finally. But I'm telling you, this is key to your business. It was so jaw-dropping. So our programming is your stuff, you know, your baggage from your teachers, your moms, dads, right? Your stuff, right? It's an iceberg, it's the stuff underneath. We don't see, but you react. So as soon as you heard network marketing, he went, oh, you were like, right? That's your programming, all right? And then it creates a thought, oh, he doesn't like network marketing. Well, how do you know? You haven't asked. Feelings, you'll feel it. And then you decide whether you go into activity or not. And typically what happens is, I've heard a couple stories last night, oh, I just haven't done anything, I see it, and I've been in 10 years, and you know, yeah, I heard it all last night, right? And I get it.
And by the way, no different than our group.
No, yeah,
Okay.
no, and I've been there, but I've dissected it, like, I'm gonna master this, I'll get it. So programming, thoughts, feelings, activities. And then if you don't go into activity, you're not gonna get the results. So what I do, I've taught a lot of this, you guys, and it's really, really cool, is I call it mirror work. And I start off by going, my biggest fear of swimming in the ocean is what?
Sharks.
My two, okay? That's normal, right? I've had a few drowning, that kind of thing, right? Okay, my biggest fear of leading my team is letting them down, right? That's what came out. So what I want you to do is whatever your thing is, because now you've woken up. You're not gonna be me sitting on that for a few years, because you're active listening and you're gonna teach this. And if I heard you last night, there's a reason why you're not moving into activity, right? There's a reason. And I need you to find out, because this is way too big. Too much money at stake, too many lives to impact. And you heard my whole spiel on that last night. My biggest fear of inviting is, what is it, right?
Rejection.
Yeah.
Okay, why? What is that?
It's everybody's.
Or maybe it's your fear of network marketing. Maybe you don't believe in the company. Maybe you think we're crazy. Maybe you don't really believe there's income. I don't know.
Well, for me, I'm a nurse,
Mhm.
and I feel like I have to know everything.
Mhm.
That's
That's a big
been
one.
my biggest problem, because I can't approach someone without having all the answers. I just feel like I need to have all the answers,
You don't.
and I'm gonna think that they think less of me if I don't have the
Yeah,
answers.
and they won't, because it's a new paradigm. I mean, every doctor I've talked to, most of them had no clue what the NRF2 pathway was.
Okay, so
Just like me, I didn't know what it was. You have to learn it.
a couple things, like immediately I went, there's a block there. Because you felt like you had to know it all. So right there's a block. Because I think about 100 times I said, use the team. Are you open to looking at something? Here's a video, let me put you on the phone with Carrie Williams. Did I say anything about like having to share a presentation? They're gonna go, what is it?
Right, what is it?
What is it? You know, that's a great question. I'm not the one to share. What I've seen is profound, but let me put you on the phone with Carrie Williams, because she's had this incredible experience, and she can share the details much more effectively. Or the first step is, great question, the first step is to watch this ABC Primetime investigative report. It was history in the making. It's the beginning of the story. Pay attention, because I didn't pay attention to the video, and it was literally jaw-dropping science. And if you really listen to it, it'll change your life. It could change your life. Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Use a tool. Use a tool, or the next person. But I still heard there's a block there. There's some reason why you think you need to know it all. All right? And because this is a team, and professionals in network marketing don't do what you do. They don't do that. And Gabe didn't either. We always move people to a meeting. And we do vertical. Like if there's a doctor, we get a doctor. If we get
Accountant, you get an accountant. If you get a sports guy, you get a sports guy. You get a professional business person, because they relate to one another, and the language matches their brain.
Okay, so that's the mirror work. I recommended last night. This has changed my life. I call it morning pages, and just write. Every morning you wake up, like prayer time, just write. 3 pages, just stream of consciousness. Anything. But this is really important work. I think was it Andrea did the, I talked to you about this the other day, like a video game where, like, at each level there's like a gremlin. I call it gremlin, and you have to beat the gremlin at each level. You know, I don't do video games, but that's like, you know, as you move through these ranks or these revenue barriers, each time you're gonna have a block, or you'll feel something different. And I see people right about that 10,000 in revenue. They can get to 10,000, like you think they're cranking, and then they get they stop. And I may be speaking to some of you, because guess what? You got like 3 consultants on your team now. They're looking at you for leadership, and you're like, I'm out. You'll go, oh, I'm busy with the kids. I can't show up to the meeting. And then I vanish, right? And you let your dream. You didn't have a decided heart. You didn't do what Gabe said. You guys, I have done 17 years of this work. Because each gremlin, right, at each revenue, for me to stand up here, are you kidding me? I would spend all day on this presentation. I call it the 3 Ps, literally changed my life. I get up, I prepare this, research, listen to every leader at LifeVantage, network marketing. I put together this presentation in my backyard. I call it the 3 Ps, changed my life, got rid of these blocks. Dale Carnegie teaches this every day. Not every day, that's his curriculum basically. So go out, create the curriculum. That's what I'm telling you, to be active listen. Because if you had to get up tomorrow and share this presentation, you go, wait, what did Jill say? How am I going to piece that together now? And I go out to the backyard, in my room, practice. Ask Kara, she's seen me behind stage. Practice.
We're at the hotel, like,
Practice.
early afternoon, practicing in that exact room. I mean, you have no idea how hard these two have worked to pour into us.
Yeah, even here, I flew in a day early to prepare. Even at this level, because I still have to, I know
Monday morning.
Yeah, I need you to, I'm organizing it different for you, or, you know, or something, customize it somehow. But this is critical. And I heard a lot of you last night. All right, so number 1, how do you overcome the block? And just be aware this is going to creep in at every rank possibly, because you're getting more people looking at more. Is it responsibility? Yeah, to impact, right? It's beautiful though. Look at it as joy. And another key is I show up out of love. I go through. I'm going to show up with love, and I'm going to go. You know, I'm showing up. I'm showing up for you. Even though I'm like, ooh, a little nervous inside my heart, I'm going to show up for you. And I pray. I do the writing. I prepare. I call it the 3 Ps. Practice, present, prepare, practice, and present. Prepare, practice, and present. Even if you don't have to show up tomorrow, start doing it now. And do you know how many times I've coached this? Learn your story and learn the product story. If you notice, Gabe had 6 stories in his presentation. He had his own personal story. He had the product story, the company story. You follow me? Comp plan story, you know, blah, blah, blah. There's 6 of them. Why don't you just start with your own story? 2-minute story about why LifeVantage. You heard his story. You've heard my story. I'm sure you've heard all these leaders' stories. They practiced. And then, can you do the product story for me? Could you actually do what Gabe did?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's easy when you got a PowerPoint.
No.
Those are cheat notes.
It wasn't easy for me. I'd be like,
I like this one.
Yeah, that's.
You know what I like about, and
We used to have those tear-offs
thankful
with that on it.
and so
Yeah.
grateful and appreciative that you flew from Florida is because when you get to hear from a different perspective and a different presentation, it's all the same information.
yeah.
But how you presented it, the little different things with the zeros, with doing all of that, it's totally different than the way I've been doing it. And it's like this light bulb goes off and I'm like, I gotta share that. I gotta share that. And so it allows you to go back to everyone you've talked to, the hundreds of people so far, and say, oh my gosh, I was at a different event and I totally didn't tell you about this zero thing.
Yeah.
I gotta meet with you again
Yeah.
because this is huge.
Yeah, or just say, hey, listen, I did it wrong.
Yeah, I need just call them up and say, I owe you an apology.
I did that with the GLP because that's how I came in, and I didn't do the Protandim. I just did the mind body GLP because I thought that's what you had to do. I didn't know about Protandim until they launched the findings of how it activates 22 genes. I called up every single person and said, oh my God, I apologize. I told you wrong. I didn't know you're supposed to be taking Protandim with this to get the best benefits and to activate 22 genes. Get on it now. And they're like, I'm so glad you told me. And they all went back and reordered.
That's
Now,
awesome.
she has the credibility from where she is, but I want you to be cognizant that as soon as you open your mouth, you're teaching your prospect. And so they're going to monkey see, monkey do. I could never do what you did. So just remember, it's a monkey see, monkey do business, all right? It's like parent and child. They're going to do exactly what you do. That's why I dress the way I do. I'm showing up for you, dressed a certain way, prepared a certain way, because you're like, oh, you're learning from me the moment I come out of the gates. Does that make sense? All right.
5 minutes.
Any other questions? And what we wanted to go over was numbers, massive numbers. We want to become an SC1 machine, and Gabe's going to teach the 10-5-3. That's 10 customers, 5 consultants, 3 levels deep, and that's how we hit the top of the company. And that's whatever your goals, wants, and desires are. That's what we want for you. But this is a numbers game, so you can't get super attached. Just follow the system, the 8 skills, okay? And I didn't get to do as near what I want, but please, this is so critical for the majority of us, okay? This is so critical. If you have any questions about that, so what are the 3 things to do to remove the blocks? Even at our levels, we get them.
To prepare, practice,
Present.
and present.
Journal, maybe write.
Journal.
And my biggest
Mirroring.
my biggest fear of blank is blank.
And what really works too, and when you're by yourself, you can be in your own living room and come up and just present to nobody, present to the mirror. You've got to hear your voice.
Yeah.
You can't hear your voice in here. You actually have to say it. You know, and then what I do, I just write a script and then I just trim it down. If I want to do an invite for 45 seconds, I have an invite for 45 seconds. If I want to do an invite for a minute and 15 seconds, I have a minute 15. So you, if you look at my notes, I have scripts and I have presentations all the way back to
Amazing.
2009. And you can see how it evolved as I became more and more of a professional. It's amazing. And now we're like, we could be script writers.
And so what he did all as we flew in a day early, he was literally, we were outside, so beautiful here, and he was reviewing all his notes over and over and over and over again for you for last night. And then this morning we got up at 4 a.m., we set the alarm. We've been practicing all morning, getting ready for this moment. So this is, and do it on a baby level though. Just get started, because it changes this. And when you approach Dr. I, you're a different human. You're not like
your posture is different, your confidence is different, your energy is different, your belief is different.
And you're not going to necessarily speak all that, but it's in there.
Yeah.
I think they talk about, like, isn't martial arts like that? Like, you know how to do it, but you don't do it. You just know you got the posture of it, right? All right.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you for showing up today.